Well, welcome everybody. I'm Frank Selim, the CEO of Vital Plus, and my guest today is Fiona Tuck, the founder of the Vita-sol product supplements. Fiona, it's great to have you here. We're going to talk about the collagen, and I can't wait to pick your brain about all the things linked to collagen and how important role it plays in our life. Perhaps the first thing I want to start with is to untangle all these myths around collagen, and maybe you can start with that. Tell us some of the myths that surround collagen.
Well, there are a lot of myths that I've come across, so that's something that I'm really passionate to talk about. I think the first one would be, well, collagen doesn't work. It's probably the biggest myth.
Really?
Yeah, so when it first came to market in Australia, there was a lot of talk online about, well, collagen, how can that possibly work? It's impossible. The molecule's too large to be absorbed. And I think people thought that if you eat collagen, then it somehow instantly reattaches to your own collagen. And I think there's still a lot of misunderstanding on how collagen actually works in the body. So collagen, as we know, is a type of protein. It's the most abundant protein in the body. And when we ingest collagen in the form of a supplement, it's not as what we call native collagen. So it's not the large collagen molecule, which would have to be broken down by the body and broken down into amino acids to be absorbed. When we take collagen as a supplement, usually it is in the form of collagen peptides, which means that the collagen has been hydrolyzed or broken down into smaller fragments, and these fragments are basically short chains of amino acids called peptides. So in the peptide form, it's a much, much smaller molecule. It can be absorbed via the gut, via what we call the PEP1 transporter, and it has shown to act as a signaling molecule. So basically it mimics the fibroblast-like growth factor to signal the fibroblast cell to start producing more collagen. And that's how it actually works. We also know, though, that when you consume collagen, whether it be in its hydrolyzed form or its non-hydrolyzed form, you are still getting the really important amino acids that are necessary for collagen production. So collagen is made up of a number of different amino acids, but the most important ones are proline, glycine, and hydroxyproline. And these are what form that sort of triple helix that forms that strong collagen in the body. Now, when we consume it, we are getting those three main amino acids. If you don't consume collagen as a supplement, you can get proline and glycine through other protein sources, but you've got to know which ones are rich in which particular amino acid. But what is unique to collagen is the amino acid hydroxyproline. So you don't get hydroxyproline in food, you get it through collagen, because our body will manufacture hydroxyproline.
Right.
And it's this hydroxyproline that's unique to collagen that is what makes the collagen strong. And this is why we think that collagen supplementation is so beneficial. And there are now over, I think, 25 randomized controlled clinical studies to prove the efficacy of collagen, particularly for skin health when it comes to things like collagen density, skin hydration. So we know that it works, but it seems to be the fact that it's in peptide form, but we're also getting this very unique hydroxy acid called, amino acid called hydroxyproline.
Right. Wow. And are there other myths as well? I think there's something about vitamin C.
Well, that's the other myth. I often hear people say, and there was something going around on social media a few months ago, saying that if you take a collagen supplement without vitamin C, you can't absorb it, which is a load of rubbish. So vitamin C doesn't aid collagen absorption, and I think that's something that people need to understand, because I hear that a lot. Vitamin C is necessary for healthy collagen production.
Yes.
And the reason being is vitamin C is required for the enzyme that causes what we call hydroxylation to create hydroxyproline, the amino acid that I was just talking about.
Yeah.
So without vitamin C, we can't, or without enough vitamin C in the diet, we therefore are going to get weaker collagen because we don't get the production of this or enough of the production of hydroxyproline.
Oh, yeah.
Now, what people don't understand is that when you take a collagen peptide supplement or product, you've already got the hydroxyproline in there. So taking it with vitamin C isn't going to aid the absorption because you've already got hydroxyproline. Taking vitamin C with a collagen product possibly would mean that you can get away with less collagen because you've got vitamin C in there as well, but it's not going to aid the absorption because you've already got the hydroxyproline in there. So there's a bit of a myth. People don't understand that.
They don't understand about. Well, thank you for clarifying all of that. So we can take supplements. Our body will use it because they're broken into not amino acid, but peptides. Thank you. And those three main peptides: glycine, proline, and hydroxyproline. Is that right?
They're amino acids, not the peptides.
They're the that create the peptide.
Well, no.
No. Oh, there you go. That builds into the peptide.
So basically, when we take collagen, it's in a peptide form that signals a fibroblast cell to produce these collagen. But we're still going to use the amino acids from the peptides to build healthy collagen.
Okay.
So it's the amino acids, the glycine, the proline, and the hydroxyproline that form that really sort of strong triple helix of collagen.
And our body produces collagen through the fibroblast.
Yes.
Is that right?
So we will naturally produce our own collagen.
Yes.
And it's the fibroblast cell that's producing collagen production. We also know, interestingly, that collagen supplements can help with hyaluronic acid production as well. And hyaluronic acid is what we find in the dermis to help keep the dermis plump and hydrated. Okay. Yeah, so it acts almost as a water reservoir, if you like. When we're low in hyaluronic acid, as you know, everything sort of looks a little bit sunken and dehydrated. And that's why when you take collagen supplements, you do notice like this plumping instantly and incredible hydration of the skin.
Right. Okay. So we know that as we age, the amount of collagen that we produce depletes.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise we'd have no wrinkles, wouldn't we? But what's the difference, like if you're 30 or if you're 60 or in between those in the dosage of supplementation that you should take?
From about the age of 30, our collagen does start to diminish. But it really rapidly diminishes for women in particular post-menopause. That's when it horrendously starts to diminish.
Right.
And so I always say to people, if you're young, in your 20s and your 30s and you're taking a collagen supplement, you're probably not going to notice a huge amount of difference. You're not going to start producing more collagen, for instance, but you're maintaining, if you like, and it's definitely going to help with things like skin hydration, healthy hair, because you're getting the amino acids and strong nails, which is feedback that we get a lot from our customers. But we really do need to get extra protein in the diet with aging, and increasing the collagen supplementation, I would say from really the age of 40 is really going to help, basically knocking on the door of the fibroblast cell saying, come on, keep producing.
Okay.
So normally I would say it's 2 teaspoons in your 30s, but when you start getting above 40 or even sort of in your 60s, that's when you really need to start to increase the dose. Right. What the studies show is for best results with our collagen, for the first 3 months, take 10 grams, and then you can go down to a 5 gram maintenance. Just to make it easy for people, because nobody's going to start
grams,
measuring it out.
yeah.
I say take 2 heaped teaspoons for the first 3 months, and then go down to 2 flat teaspoons.
Right.
So if you're younger, you could just really take 2 flat teaspoons. If you're older, I would just continue to take the 2 heaped teaspoons.
Right.
I take 2 heaped teaspoons every day, and look,
Right.
sometimes, if I'm having a bad day, I'll just go, one for luck. And I'll stick another one in. And I have actually noticed when I've increased the collagen, I have really sort of felt a difference. Now, if you're somebody that has a lot of wear and tear in your body and you do a lot of exercise, or you're running, or you're doing a lot of weight, then you want to also increase the collagen. So basically, the more wear and tear on your body, the more you're going to break down collagen, and you're going to need to produce more. So your muscles also have collagen in, your bones, your ligaments, your joints. So the more wear and tear on them, you're going to need higher amounts of collagen. Okay. And that's why, for instance, somebody that goes to the gym, somebody that runs, somebody that does weight training will need more protein in their diet.
Okay.
So you do need to alter the dose depending on your age and your lifestyle. No. So basically, the more active you are or the older you are, the higher the dose is going to be better for you.
Okay. I know that there are some lifestyle choices that helps to promote the production of collagen, and some that, on the contrary, diminishes. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, diet's going to play a huge role. So if you're doing intense exercise and you're not supporting that with a healthy diet, you're going to wear things out a bit faster. If you're having a high inflammatory diet, so a lot of processed food, a lot of alcohol, not enough protein, fresh fruits and vegetables, not enough fiber, all of those things are going to affect how we age. It's going to affect inflammation, and it's also going to affect collagen production. High stress levels are going to break down collagen faster, which is why if someone's been through a lot of stress, they look older. So there are a lot of factors. So sun is going to break down
the sun,
UV damage. That's going to break down collagen faster as well. So we know wearing a good SPF, looking after our skin, but SPF is the most really important. Also, getting that diet right, the Mediterranean diet, fresh fruits, veggies, protein, getting a variety of different foods in the diet is really important. Minimizing stress, making sure we're getting enough sleep are all things that can actually really help. And then, of course, we've got skin treatments like collagen induction therapy.
That's right.
Those types of treatments can be beneficial, but we do need to make sure we're supporting that internally and externally. Right. Just doing one of those things, we really want to do everything to make sure we're giving our collagen the very best chance we can.
Just talking about the Vita-sol Collagen, I know that there's a difference between bovine collagen, or collagen derived from bovine, and marine source. Can you tell us a little bit about the differences and why you chose to do marine?
Well, we use marine collagen. So we use wild-caught fish, which comes from Norway, sustainably sourced. It's the purest collagen that's available on the market. We don't use any farm fish. When it comes to marine collagen seems to be the gold standard when it comes to skin. And with Vita-sol, our main focus is skin. Yes. And we're all about best skin possible. So we wanted to use whatever was going to give us the best results for skin. And that tends to be marine collagen. And that's because marine collagen in some studies has shown better hydration. So improved production of hyaluronic acid and skin hydration and collagen and skin elasticity, actually. It's also going to help with collagen density. So that's why we choose the marine collagen. Bovine collagen comes from cows. It tends to come from sort of bones and hooves. Just for me, I wouldn't say I'm vegetarian, but I'm verging on it. Right. I personally find bovine collagen has a bit of a strong taste and flavor. Some people may not notice it, but I do. For me, I just pick up on that kind of stuff. With bovine collagen, it doesn't have as is good studies for skin. However, if you're taking it purely for things like muscle recovery, then bovine is a much cheaper alternative. So
Right.
that could be a good option.
Right.
I think, again, some of the myths out there when it comes to collagen in the body, there are many different types of collagen within the body, meaning some of them have different functions in the body. The main collagen that we find in the body is type 1 collagen. Type 1 collagen we find primarily in the skin, we find it in tendons, we find it in bones, so that tends to be the main collagen.
Right.
We also then have type 2 collagen. Type 2 collagen we find primarily in cartilage. And then there's type 3 collagen, which we also find in the skin, and we find that in the muscles. Now, when it comes to bovine collagen, there's type 1 and type 3 collagen. And with marine collagen, it's mainly type 1 collagen. Type 2 collagen tends to come from chicken, and people tend to take that for cartilage and joints and things like that.
Right.
There does tend to be, though, a bit of a misunderstanding, and I quite often hear people say, well, you need to take type 1, type 2, type 3, and take all the different types of collagen to
Yes.
get the best results. But we know in the studies that how collagen works, which is what I mentioned earlier, it acts as a signaling molecule to tell the fibroblasts to start producing collagen. So, for instance, taking the Vita-sol Collagen, which is a marine collagen and mainly type 1 collagen, even though it's type 1, which is the main collagen in the body, it signals the fibroblast cell to produce type 1 and type 3.
Good. Right.
So you don't have to take type 1 and type 3. A lot of people go, oh, well, you have to take bovine as well because it's type 3. So it doesn't necessarily work like that. So it's, in a way, the types are irrelevant.
Yes.
It just comes down in a way to personal preference and what you are taking that collagen for. So if you want a cheap collagen and you want to take a lot of it because you're doing a lot of exercise, well, then bovine might work for you. If you're more concerned about skin, then
this is
the marine
the best.
collagen.
Yes. And it's quite tasty. Like, even though it's a marine source, it doesn't smell like fish and you can put it in coffee or
it's not fishy. I think when we first launched it, it was a little bit fishier perhaps. It's never been intensely fishy, but over the years we've managed to purify it even further or reduce the smell.
Right.
So most people will say it's completely tasteless.
Yes, it is.
I think if you sort of stuck your nose in there, you would get a hint perhaps of it's a marine product, but I can't taste it at all in coffee or tea.
No. Well,
Occasionally I'll get somebody that will say, oh, I can notice it, but most people on our reviews, they say it's why they love it and why it's one of our top selling products, that you just cannot taste it. So you can put it in tea or coffee. It does tend to dissolve better in a hot drink, but you could mix it into a smoothie and it would dissolve beautifully.
That's what I do. I put it in the smoothie. I actually mix it with the protein that you have, and with I add the collagen as well. And I do this after I go to the gym. I come back. So is that when you recommend to take it? What about if you're not going to the gym? When should you take it?
If you're not taking it, you can take it any time of the day. Okay. I like to take it in the morning. So I have it in my morning coffee.
Yeah, you have it in the morning.
Coffee's got polyphenols that actually helps, that's a good pairing with the collagen. So a lot of people go, but won't coffee destroy the collagen? No, it's actually beneficial because of the polyphenols. So I like to take it in the morning and have it in my coffee. And I find because you've got the amino acids in there as well, it just helps have a bit of a protein boost in the morning. Yeah. Now, if you're going to the gym and you're working out, taking the protein and the collagen after the gym, ideally within 20 to 30 minutes is ideal.
Okay, great.
Because it's going to help with all your muscle recovery.
What about pregnant women? Can they also take collagen?
With Vita-sol, we always like to err on the side of caution, and because there's really not enough studies, I can't really sit here and say, oh, it's perfectly safe to take during pregnancy.
Right.
Where you think about where it comes from, and it comes from fish skin, I can't see a reason why it wouldn't be. However, when you're pregnant, you don't really want to, especially in the last stages of pregnancy, you don't really want to increase your collagen production or your protein requirements, because you could be at risk of having a larger baby. So I would probably wait till after pregnancy.
After pregnancy is good, even though you're breastfeeding.
I can't see that, with breastfeeding it would be an issue, but with all of the Vita-sol products, I always say just wait till after pregnancy.
Yeah, that's great. And how young can you start?
Great question. I have had questions where people have said, oh, can I give collagen to my toddler? And I say, well, why would you need to? Because at that age, they've got perfect collagen production.
Them well.
Just feed them a healthy diet. They don't need collagen. Babies don't need collagen. Toddlers don't need collagen. You really don't need to be looking at a collagen supplement until definitely not while you're a teenager or a youngster. You just don't need to be taking it. There's no reason to take it. I know some of the younger ones like to take whatever is trending, and by all means, if you want to take collagen for hair and for nails, then you may see a benefit, particularly if the diet is lacking. But I would say collagen in your 30s plus.
Yes, it won't make my hair grow back, will it?
Well, you've got to look at why the hair's thinning. So hair thinning can be sometimes when you're not getting enough protein in the diet, but it can also be a hormonal thing as well.
Yes.
So if you're increasing protein in the diet and it's not helping the hair, then it might be more an aging or a hormonal thing.
Yes.
But saying that, increasing, people have said that increasing protein and collagen can help with hair, more with the hair strength.
Yes.
And proline can help with things like hair growth.
Yes.
But if you are prone to natural thinning of the hair due to aging or genetic, then it won't help with that.
No.
But it definitely can strengthen hair growth.
Right.
And we've had all sorts of feedback with nail strength as well.
Right. No, I just had actually my blood test to see where my levels of testosterones and all the different hormones where there are, and I can't wait to see what.
You haven't got the results yet?
No.
Interesting.
But I'm definitely andropause, I think it's called. So it'll be interesting to see. What are some of the successful stories that you've heard about? Because obviously you've had this.
I think the feedback mainly is people notice that the skin is plumper, more glowy. I do get people tell me they've got more energy.
Really? More energy? Isn't that great?
Hair is stronger, thicker. Nails definitely are stronger. A very common one now that we're getting, and to start with, and I've noticed it myself, is cellulite has significantly improved. Right. It usually takes around 6 months. Well, if you think about it, cellulite is that dimpling in the connective tissue. Right. So collagen is strengthening the connective tissue.
Right.
So it's forming it's forming a stronger scaffold.
Yes,
so it can take a few months, but that's one that, and of course it's got the hydroxyproline, right? So it's giving you that strong scaffolding. So cellulite, whilst there's not many studies on it, just anecdotally, we've been seeing some incredible improvements in cellulite.
Yeah.
And probably the most surprising one, we've had a couple of people say that it's really helped clear their psoriasis.
Wow.
And then I was trying to do a bit of research on why that might.
This is a nightmare when you.
I was trying to do a bit of research on why that would be, and I did come across some things to explain why. And for now, of course, I can't remember why it was, but that was quite a surprising one. It's something to do with the collagen production in psoriasis and regulating things. But, very interesting, and we've had people say that they tried all sorts of things, and it's the only thing that's helped with their psoriasis. But that's quite an unusual one.
Of course.
The other feedback we've got that's quite common feedback is muscle recovery, so reduced aches and pains after exercising.
After exercise, yeah. I say, I'm surprised, like, to see that it gives you more energy, because even though I take a whole lot of, I take the full range. So I assume it was, the vitamin C.
Well, it is a bit of everything, actually. So
that.
The Infinity, which was our Vitality brand, that definitely gives you more energy.
I felt,
but that's a different kind of energy.
Yeah.
So this would be more of a sustained energy, whereas the Infinity is more of a alertness. It's more of an alertness. It's great for your brain.
You can really
and
feel
clarity.
it. Yeah.
Whereas this is just more of
strength.
Exactly. Different type of energy, for sure.
That's really interesting. We started on the age. So my daughter, 22, could she start taking collagen, do you think? Or
if she wanted to take it, and if she's more worried about things like hair and nails, and particularly if, for instance, maybe she doesn't eat much animal produce in the diet.
Right.
She could,
right. So we know that your collagen is a marine source. Can you tell me what is different about the Vita-sol Collagen?
Great question, because there's a lot of collagen products on the market.
Yes.
The thing to be really wary of with collagen products is, just because it says collagen on the label, it may not even contain collagen.
No.
Yes. So there are some products out there that may say collagen, but they don't actually have any collagen in them. Right. So they may have vitamins or things that may support collagen production, but they may not actually have collagen. So that's one thing to check. The other thing is the dose. So I mentioned that we found best results for the first 3 months at 10 grams, and then go down to 5 grams as a minimum maintenance dose. We put on our label 7 grams just to sort of for in between, just for ongoing.
Yes.
So our collagen is 100% pure collagen peptides. It's derived from Norway, it's wild caught, it's marine collagen. Right. So we're very big on the dose, because if you are only taking 3 grams of collagen, and many of them, if you actually look closely at how much collagen per serve, it may only be 3 grams or 4 grams or even 2 grams sometimes. And some of those gummy bears have only got 1.5 grams in them. Right. So be very conscious of the dose that you are taking. Without it is 100% pure collagen. So we don't dilute it with fillers or bulking agents or added other stuff in there. It is pure 100%. So every teaspoon you're getting is pure collagen. It's something that I'm really big on, because you can spend a lot of money on collagen products and they haven't actually got much collagen in. And that's because marine collagen, from a manufacturer's perspective, is actually really expensive. So quite often they'll go for bovine collagen, which might not be as great for skin, or they'll bulk it out with other things, so you think you're actually getting more than you're actually getting. So we've got the wild caught, sustainably sourced collagen. It's the purest collagen in the world, and it's pure 100% collagen peptides. It's also hydrolyzed, which makes it into peptide form, and the size of the peptide is really important.
So it's really bioavailable.
Exactly. So that's a really important thing as well, to make sure it's collagen peptide.
Yeah, this is a really high quality product. If you're going to start your collagen supplementation, this is the collagen you have to take. I know I've been using it now for a while, and the first thing I noticed was certain aches that have completely disappeared on the knee, and they've gone. I know you said something about the cartilage, which was type 2, but somehow
well that's why I was saying that the type of collagen doesn't really matter, because it still stimulates.
It still stimulates so it must have. It's so pure that the fibroblasts are being.
And that's why I say to people, don't get caught up on the types of collagen, because it sort of works differently to that. So don't get caught up on that. And with this one as well, because we use the cod skin,
Yes.
I tried a lot of different collagen before we chose this particular Norwegian collagen, and I tried pretty much every collagen that was available, and the taste does vary. Some are fishier than others, and a lot of the collagen will come from different species of fish, such as tilapia fish or different species. Now, the thing with that, certain fish have got harder scales, and they need very harsh chemical processing to remove the scales to use the collagen.
Right.
And I'm somebody that tries to eat all organic.
Yes.
So if I don't eat, say, for instance, organic fruits and vegetables, I can taste that they're not organic.
Yeah.
So I could literally taste the chemicals. It had a slight chemical taste of that collagen. Maybe most people wouldn't be able to pick it up, but for me, if you give me non-organic spinach, I'll know. Like, so I could tell. I could tell.
Yeah.
So that was a big thing for me, because I'm like, what the heck has this been processed with?
Yeah. Because I guess that some marine source collagen may use fish that's been farmed.
Most of it's farmed fish from Asian farm fish.
And just to
Thailand, in fact, it comes from Thai farm. Yeah.
To reiterate, this collagen is fish that is wild caught.
It's wild caught, and I'm sure maybe there are some farm fish that is okay, and it depends. There's different quality. That's all I can tell you. There's different quality.
Yeah.
And I need to trust where that source.
Yeah.
Where our products are coming from.
Yeah.
And I personally, if it's coming from, certain farm fish from Asia, I don't know if I trust. No,
of course. That's very interesting. And again, it highlights the quality of this brand, because it's like that throughout the whole Vita-sol brand, I believe, that all the ingredients that you source are either organic or
certified
the
organic. Yeah, they're
purest form.
I'm really fussy about ingredients.
You are.
Just what they're grown with, and the chemicals and the pesticides, and we're learning more and more about certain things that aren't good for us and can lead to all sorts of things. Just the pesticides and chemicals on the actual food.
Yeah.
And that's something that I think in the future we'll become more aware of. And there are, if you're eating fish, if you can get wild caught, great, but it's hard to get wild caught fish. It really actually is. So most salmon is farm fish if you're eating fish.
That's right.
And it does depend. There's different qualities. Honestly, there really is. So if you are eating farm fish, just know where it comes from and get it from somewhere that you trust. And the same from the collagen.
Yeah.
And I chose a collagen that I really trust, and there's other ones out there that people are happy with, but that was the one that I was the most impressed with.
I was surprised when I go to buy fish to eat. There's only like one or two items that is wild caught.
It's very hard.
It's becoming more and more difficult.
Also for the sustainability thing as well. So our collagen is sustainably sourced, and what that means is that there's a fishing limit. The same with our fish oil. It's wild caught. It's sustainable. It's sustainable.
Yes.
But that means that when they're in Norway, when they reach the fishing quota, they can't fish anymore. They've got to wait for the fish to replenish. So we're very conscious of that.
Yeah.
And that is why there's never going to be an abundance of wild caught, because
well, thank God that we're conscious of that we're letting the fish. Otherwise, we'll just empty the well, won't we?
They need to replenish. I mean, you could argue that farm fish is a more sustainable option, but then there's an environmental factor with that as well. So, we sort of do the natural way. For as long as we can, but that's why you'll never get a lot of wild caught fish, because it's harder to come by.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Fiona. It's wonderful to talk to you about the collagen and all around everything that's connected to our health and well-being. Is there something else you'd like to add about the collagen that I haven't asked you?
I think we've pretty much covered everything. I can't think of anything else. I think this was pretty thorough.
All right. Well, thank
you for having me.
Thank you very much, Fiona, for being here and for telling us all about the collagen and how important a role it plays in our life. And I can't wait to see you again, and we'll talk about something different. Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you, Frank.